Hi, my name is Stephen Phelps from Aberrant Way. Our band began in November with a text message Doug had sent to me asking if I'd like to work with him on a song he was developing. I immediately said yes. Was very excited to work with Doug on this. We'd never actually written a song together despite having worked together on various projects before. I always really respected Doug's musicianship and his songwriting, and I thought it was a very exciting opportunity to work with him on the song.
Well, Steve and I actually worked on a lot of projects together, but I would always help him out with his projects and he would work on mine, but we never actually collaborated together. I always liked the style of his songwriting. His melody lines are really great. Then one day I was working on a guitar part, and the stuff that I was coming up with melodically was just really cliche to me and kind of boring. So I thought, hey, maybe Steve would like to try adding something to this. So I recorded the guitar part and then emailed it to him. And then probably about a week later, he added his vocal part to it and then sent it back. And it was really great.
Right from the get-go, Doug's original arrangement and chords he had kind of give off this Western cowboy vibe, and we really utilized the desert as a metaphor throughout the song as kind of a location with an ever-changing landscape, not having any straight lines or arrows taking you in a certain direction, but kind of allowing you the freedom to kind of determine your own route in many ways. However, by the end of the song, this person realized that despite not having a map or a clear direction as to what his life is supposed to be and where he's supposed to go, it wasn't going to deter him from discovering for himself what his purpose was, what his individual direction was going to be in life. And he actually comes to embrace this journey for meaning. It wasn't long after this that Doug and I decided we wanted to do an entire album together, and we immediately began discussing concepts, ideas. One of the very first things we talked about was that we didn't want to do just a dozen randomly selected songs that were just kind of strewn about and pushed together into this album, but we wanted a set of songs with a clear narrative and a thread that ran through it that pulled everything together. I think it was at this point that Doug had shared with me he had just heard a commercial or saw a commercial on television discussing some product that basically led to a discussion about how it seems like the world is always telling us what it is that we need to be better people, the right clothes to wear, the right food to eat, the right places to go, and it always seemed to be about how we were always lacking, and this one material item that we could purchase was going to actually complete us. And it's easy to see why people are always searching for this. That if you 5 minutes watching the news, you can feel the cynicism coming out of the speakers of your television and the images they portray. The world's falling apart and the world's on fire and it's going to pieces, and there's nothing that you can really do about it. So please, buy our drink or come to our vacation hotspot and you'll feel better about yourself and about the world, since you can't fix it anyway. We certainly kind of feel it's for whatever reason, our duty to kind of counterbalance some of that cynicism that we see in the news and we hear about in the world. For whatever reason, we feel that there's certainly is a place in music for optimism, to kind of battle that melancholy that seems to kind of seep into a lot of art. Some of it's pretty well placed, but we kind of felt that we wanted to be a little different in that respect. It was about this time that we decided we probably needed a band name if we were going to record these songs and put them out and play. So we had tossed back and forth a couple ideas, and we had landed on Aberrant Way. Aberrant just basically means atypical, different than the usual, unorthodox, and we thought, well, that kind of encompasses the subject matter we're tackling in a certain respect, and also the way we recorded the songs, or the way we wrote the songs anyway. And so we thought it was a pretty fitting name for our band. Probably, 1,000 songs, have crept into my life, and they meant something to me, and they pushed me in a certain direction, and they lent that hand to me, and they inspired me to want to pass on that message. And just the idea that if one song, the Aberrant Way does, can do the same for somebody, it's such an exciting concept, and I really am thankful to be a part of a project like this. Thank you for visiting us today. You can find Aberrant Way on Facebook, at Aberrant Way for Twitter. We have an email account at Aberrant Way, all one word, aberrantway@yahoo.com. And obviously we're on YouTube as well. So thank you for visiting with us. Forward to having a finished album, summer of 2015, and a couple more of these YouTube interviews before then. So thank you very much.